California, which is the same hometown, ironically enough, of Chargers head coach Mike McCoy and one of our producers in the truck.
Ed Brady.
Big Ed Brady.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down. The headshots here are the offensive unit, and what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the toss, it's Gurley. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. And a look now at the defensive starters for San Francisco.
Jaworski Tartt came out of Samford University in Alabama, and he is a guy who is an absolute flash at the safety position.
They don't want to waste his outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Goff. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 26.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
20. Check 56. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch it.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. K'Wan Williams, the one that got him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
180. 56. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
Zerline good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's finished off by a Todd Gurley touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And these are the guys we're about to see down on the turf in just a moment.
Joe Staley, the left tackle, one of the most respected players in the league, as well as one of the most talented.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Here we go.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one, a first down pickup of 8. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The defense here for the Rams.
Aaron Donald's dimensions were talked about big time when he first entered the league. Many called him undersized. Now they just call him all-pro.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here we go.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to loft one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, 38 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Gold with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, Goff. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right here.
To throw is Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Goff. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And it's 3rd and short.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Going up top for Kupp. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. The 49ers have Richie James back deep. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And they string that play out nicely. He stopped before he can turn upfield. No gain, 2nd down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. These two teams all tied after one.
Here we go. Like 20. Man left, man left. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback, because he had no chance to block him.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let him know.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Gurley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's gone. And Woods has it complete. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the pass.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Goff. That'll be caught by Cup. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 23.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He gets it to Cooks. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. Here's Goff. Gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now Goff on 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. Goff throwing again. This will be caught just inside the 10. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
After the made field goal, Zuerlein back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here we go. 180. Shit.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Completes it to Coleman. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Come on.
Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now.
Get him.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter.
180. Check 56. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
On first down, gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them. And not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone, and the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And just 18 seconds remain till halftime as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised, just a field goal separating these two teams, as they've already made their way back out of the locker room. So to bring you the story of the second half, let's get you right back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the interception, here's Goff. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Goff now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake, because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll run with Coleman on first down, and he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Here we go, here we go. 180! Back and go full strength. Bang!
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
24. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! Check, tight right.
On first down, Garoppolo. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Here we go. Black 80! Black 5-4. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Garoppolo finding his tight end Kittle. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. This is caught and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Here we go. 180! It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Garoppolo again. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Gold to add the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Rams now coming out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 7, Goff, and that's complete to Cooks. He's at the 40, 20, touchdown LA. Brandon Cooks, 72 yards. And the Rams are going to jump back in front. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. A shotgun snap for Goff. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. And this hasn't been the typical game, no doubt, for Emmanuel Sanders. They've really limited him.
He's one of those players that provides a real spark when he gets going, and when he doesn't, it's felt by the rest of the team, and they're feeling it in this one because right now they're trailing.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you.
Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180.
Pick your game up. Here we go. Tight right. Everyone go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Garoppolo. The Sanders has got it complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Garoppolo, 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
Move. 4 down.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now Gold for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Brandon Cooks and the rest of the offensive crew trotting back into place out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Goff now to throw. Now that'll be caught by Kupp. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Out of the gun. Goff. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Kupp. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Check 56.
From the red zone now, Goff gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Throw left side, complete to Kupp. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Rams on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Goff, and he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch, and they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Zerline now for the PAT. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Niners on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Here we go.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A big play there for the Niners. 47 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. It's Coleman here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire?
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Samson Abukum leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Kendrick Bourne with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. As they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. Curley with a carry on 1st down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know a lot of people won't like the draw called in that situation, but every now and then that pops big. In this case, it didn't happen.
And they're trying to line up quickly here. Goff urging them on. Now Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 46. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
You got nothing.
To throw is Garoppolo. Got a man. He finds Sanders. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Here we go. 180! Right there, 54 Mike. He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
On 1st down, it's Coleman, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
They will run again with Coleman. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here we go. 180! Check. Watch 54. Danny.
On 3rd down, Coleman. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
We can't be totally sure that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball in the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And we'll get ready for the trek back to the city as we say so long from Santa Clara.
What a great city it is. We're going to have a blast tonight.